Well, this is an introduction, a brief one, into the three main types of animation. And they can be combined. You can see cell animation with stop motion, and you can combine all of them in all different ways. But there are basically three different methods, and they all have a certain look to them. And artists choose them for particular reasons because of the look they have. This is the first one, computer animation, done on a computer using computer software. That's it. It tends to look very, well, it strives to look somewhat realistic, three-dimensional usually, but they still have sort of an otherworldly sort. It doesn't look, it's not realism. It's not like getting a live action movie or something, okay? And this is like Frozen, and most major animated movies from major studios like Pixar are doing this type of animation. Okay, you all know this type very well. The second type that we're going to discuss is called stop motion or stop action. And here are three examples. All of the Tim Burton claymation type movies like Nightmare Before Christmas, Frankenweenie, The Corpse Bride, that's stop motion animation. So are all the Wallace and Gromit films. And even if you get a chance, if you're adult enough, you can look online for the Death Star Canteen animations using Legos, which stop motion animation is when you take a real world object, an actual physical thing, whether it's a clay doll or a piece of Legos or a toy or a raisin or a banana or whatever it is, and you take a photograph of it, and then you move it just a little bit, and then you take another photograph of it, and then you move it a little bit more, and you take another photograph of it, and you take the photograph series step by step by step, painstakingly process oriented. This is a very difficult type of animation to achieve where it looks smoothly, because the more smooth the animation looks, the more photographs you've got to take. It can take up to 2 weeks to produce, for a team to produce 2 minutes worth of film. That is part of the mastery of it, and it tends to have a certain look. And when you're working especially in claymation, you can totally change proportion and the physical scale and the attributes of the characters. The imagination can run wild. That's one of the reasons people choose stop motion. Another is usually the humor associated with it. Animating raisins. There's something funny about that inherently, okay? Or it can be, you can create your own total universe, okay? You can on computer, but people appreciate the effort that goes into stop motion animation, and that's part of its mystique as well. The last type is called cell animation. That's C-E-L. That's because the cell here is literally a frame, okay? Each frame is hand-drawn by an artist, okay? On this slide here, you'll see cell animation, like all the old Bugs Bunny cartoons are cell animated. And like SpongeBob, cell animated, unless it's a movie and it's computer animated. It has that kind of coloring book quality. It's got a real comic book kind of look, feel to it, with that black outline and the shapes. And it's meant to be, this way you can go completely crazy with the animation. The figures and characters can do anything you want them to do. But early Disney films were considered to be especially awesome because of this beauty of the cell animation, especially in the backgrounds. You'll notice the difference between the contrast between the painterly sort of look of that background versus the very sharp shapes and contrast of the figures. That's a hallmark of early Disney animation. And they were well known for this. They employed thousands of animators because it takes forever to hand draw each frame of film that you're going to shoot. Cell animation has a certain look to it, but it can look drawn like the Hello Basketball by Kobe Bryant. That's an award-winning fairly recent, 2000s anyway, Academy Award winning piece of animation that was hand animated, but it looks like literally drawings that came to life, and that's part of it. Part of another thing that still animation have often is boldness, clean color, crisp. Okay, that's another reason why artists choose it too. Okay, that's it.